towards a map number one, ladies and gents. This one on paper favoring that of Imperial as they start on that T side. Let's see what they can cook up.
Quick boost in from Eternal Fire here, and it would be the correct read. Potentially some work done. Oh, into the prep. Major as well, taking an aggressive stance there. That kind of fakes it out a bit. Why would Wicadia be here if they've already got a player playing aggressive? And indeed, he doesn't go checked. Oh, wonderful stuff. Only able to come away with one, though. It was more Major in on the site itself that lets us down ever so slightly. Falling early, 4 versus 3 then for this T side. Julie's retrieved, and how the hell do you get back in here on a pistol? They're quite far away. The window smoked out. There's just no real option, it feels like. And I think they're starting to figure that out ever so slightly. It looks like a sort of semi-save, but no, they are going to go for it. Try and just brute force their way forwards here. It's not going to work out, unfortunately. Too many numbers to deal with. Imperial come away with the pistol.
Not bad. Not bad. Now, I watched a very, very funny demo of Imperial playing this map not too long ago. It was on the Maui Snake stream. It was a very fun time watching. Imperial played this against Fury Academy, I think it was off the top of my head, where, of course, Kai now stood in for Fury recently. And we will take a look at Kai. But actually, the man to watch was noway. 27 kills in one half he put up. They still lost the game, though, 13-11. So, Imperial hoping that isn't the case here. But they'd love to see that level of performance, though, out of him. 27 kills is a ridiculous stat line individually. Okay, yeah, up close. Smoke again into his window. Is felps even going to clear this? Oh, no, not officially. Oh, not properly. felps going to get caught. I mean, why would you even check that, to be honest? Doesn't look. Gets caught by the P250. Wicadia looking for more, but he will be traded.
decenty being careful over here. Oh, yep, you can see why. Eliminated quickly. An AK for Zentaras, and I think that'll become his mission for the rest of the round, is to just save that one in. Blocks it with a creep forwards. Can't get anything done off the back of it. Major here. Are you a Major or a Major fan? What do you prefer?
I always went Major, but then I started hearing people call him Major, and I kind of like it. But I think I default to Major. You know, if you subconsciously ask me, I would say Major. You know what I mean? But I like the way Major sounds. It's kind of cool. He's also like, he's right. If I'm right in saying, and don't quote me this, I think first language French, right? So that then would be Major.
I think that's where it comes from.
That's where I think it primarily, that's where it comes from. Yeah. So you know, for me, I try and give them their credit. You know, I try and Aristosh, you know what I mean? Try and give them.
Well, we just had a new one.
The right pronunciation.
I was telling you about before we started. Yeah, I had a couple people actually DM me yesterday after our Bet Boom game. And it seems like I think there's maybe a little bit of discrepancy on whether it's Magno Jez or Magno Yez. Maybe depending on where you come from or how you feel. But apparently it's just mayonnaise. It's just Russian for mayonnaise.
Big
and this guy sent me like a link with the translator's voice and all that kind of stuff, and the way you say it is basically just mayonnaise with like a Russian accent. So
like mayonnaise basically, which is like Magna Jazz for us. So maybe we're just uncultured. Maybe that's something the A stream can do.
Because the thing
conversation.
Okay, we'll hold the point. We'll come back to it because we've got an execute coming out on the A bomb side. But I do actually have a follow up on that. Oh my goodness! Double swing out here from Eternal Fire, laying down the law pretty quickly. They will eliminate pretty much the entire bite out of this attack of Imperial. Vinny and Henny, the only two remaining here. Vinny going to be low. The bomb is yet to cross that threshold, even into the planting zone. So this is really not looking too good for the Brazilian squad. There goes the last piece of utility onto the site to, try and buy some space, a smoke to plant in. Henny trying to bait some peeks here. The fake drop. Oh, he does trade one back, but ultimately eliminated, and Eternal Fire get themselves onto the board early on. Now, to pick the conversation back up.
Carry your point. I'm giving you all the room.
What I noticed, because I was a little bit in my head, you know, especially when you step up a level into these bigger tournaments, you know, as we have done, you do become a bit more conscious about, like, Am I pronouncing the names right? Is this how you do it? Maybe if I grab an interview, I'll be able to, you know, ask him, how do you say your name? Because a lot of us tier 2, primarily English-speaking commentators are a little confused, you know. I did note, after we brought Magno Jez up, saying it like that, Nafany also called him Magno Jez.
Okay.
So he was like, yeah, it's not really a case of Magno Jez being young or something like that, you know. He's still quite experienced. Oh, he was vocal. That's what he was talking about. He was talking about Magno Jez being vocal. So then I was like, oh, well, if Nafany's saying it, they're from the same country.
I would go.
Surely.
I'd go with I'd definitely go with what Nafany says rather than, you know.
Yeah, well, because the thing is as well, that's probably how it's gone. Magno Jez has played loads of Face It, so everyone probably communicated in English. Everyone's probably called him that when they like tell him to do stuff or whatever. So it's probably just become bastardized, really, and no one pronounces it properly, and he's got to deal with that. So we might do a bit of both. I do like the idea of saying mayonnaise on broadcast, though. I do like that.
True. And Tares finds noway, finds decenty. Nice and easy. These pistols not really putting up too much of a fight here. Let's turn on fire. Very close to getting their second round on the board. But yeah, maybe that's something we can send the A-Stream guys to find out. Is your name mayonnaise for the people? Or is it just a lie? Because we did Google Translate it, and mayonnaise was close. It wasn't exactly Magno Jez, but it was pretty close. It was like a couple letters different, but then obviously different alphabet, so it could just be a translation thing. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, Henny, his pistol spotted, dropped, and that is the round. Bit of a throwaway one there that they kind of tried to do something with some upgrades of the pistols, but it didn't really do all too much, to be honest. Now, back into a buy for the most part. I think I'm right in saying I saw one with 3.4k, so that's going to mean, you know, Galil armor, a bit of Uto at the most, or maybe Mac 10 with a full belt. That's what they want to go for, but not the full AKs across the board, if I'm right in saying it. Yeah, so they are dipping in towards Galil's. There's 3 of them, in fact, for Noway, Henny, and Vinny. Decenty and felps picking up the premium rifles. So going to try and respond in kind as they can. Turn on fire. That's a really good opportunity. Better firepower. Really good opportunity for them to take a lead and once again break the economy. Felps in behind, and Tares is in no man's land here. This is so risky, but he's still being given the luxury. There's one, but no. Fluffs his lines. Felps and Henny combine, and they're going to find the opening double. Thankfully, Calyx will answer back, but it's still numbers advantage for Imperial.
Man, what a messy move in the middle that was. Yeah, it was a kill towards short from Felps up on the bench that distracts Tares. It looked like he was in a really good spot. They had no idea about him. Fortunately, couldn't capitalize. Just too much going on around him. Nice little find again from Calyx there. So he's done an awful lot of work here. Suddenly we are even, but there are areas of the map weakly defended. One of them is B. They're set up and digging on A. decenty moving out, going to find a frag. So I think this B player becomes a flank eventually. But to me, it feels like the round is secure. Now, I was going to say because of the flank, but it's actually because of decenty's double entry. All down to Calyx. Could isolate the fights here if he plays his cards right. Clean spray. He's just not ready for the next man. And he's going to get straight on the bomb. Must be lurking, must be flanking. Not quite sure. The nade goes in and it finishes him. Oh, without the nade, though, I think he had that one.
Yeah, I think Felps, it is, in a way, a slight bit of panic. You know, great util, but yeah, absolutely. Tap on towards the bomb inside of a smoke as well. He could have been in trouble there, seriously. If he didn't have a nade to work with, who knows? I mean, credit to Calyx, it's absolutely the right decision. But how that round even goes the way of Imperial, it was so chaotic. Back and forth, but they basically just had the numbers at the start and just tried to lock them in place. And they relied on a little bit of individual brilliance. Decency, good work from him. Felps at the end as well, keeping them alive. And Tares again. Just relentless aggression through mid here. Hot Flash doesn't do enough. Vinny spots him crossing, but he won't get the fight. Tares will punish through the smoke, cracking his head up of Woxic going to do God's work, finding one of his own. So Turn on Fire doing well to answer back.
So scrappy here on the B stream of Pro League, to be honest with you. Like the games that we have casted, they're just incredibly happy to take these fights.
Which I
yes,
love,
absolutely. We're definitely here for it.
I want more of this.
But it's wild. It is
further down the rabbit hole.
No utility rounds, just AKs.
It's like watching me and Scriv pull up. just all aim duels, no util, just vibes. And the vibes are so poor as a spin bar ruins us. Either way, Arcadia, back default, finding one, watched it getting on his own. And a nice little close eye. And what was basically a forlorn conclusion of the tail end. 2v5, no chance in hell. Turn of fire, not bad at all. I must throw out there, Woxic, that mouse pad is cool as hell. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty damn sick.
Got some good ones. I think, is it Major next to him, I think? Yeah, it is Major in the middle, surely. He's also got
the red one.
Cool one. No, that was whoever's on this close end. I didn't quite catch who it was. Might be Calyx, yeah.
Calyx, I think. Yes. Yeah.
So
I'll keep an eye out. I am a big fan of the old peripheral.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I've seen
some bangers.
The Viper Pro 3 just dropped, and everyone's saying that's crazy.
Oh yeah, new one.
I'm a little excited.
I've never used a Razer mouse, to be honest.
I used a Viper. I'll just say that. You know, I'll just say that. I don't
Viper
use,
1?
Yeah, the first one. I don't use it anymore. The Logitech G Pro is pretty hot, so. But we'll see. They might have just released some competition. Either way, in towards the A bomb site. Oh my goodness! I thought it was all Zantares, but no, it's Wicadia in from the side, being a distraction. Will seal the deal. Nice to find some damage though, and decenty's got his hands onto an M4. The next opponent round here is an AWPer. You never know. However, spotted now. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, decenty, sir! You're not supposed to do that. Oh my, what a load of damage done though in the end. That's very, very clean. Eternal Fire quickly up to 4, but still some beautiful moments in the end there.
Man, absolute fair play. You know, in that sort of round, again, expectations are pretty tempered from us with that kind of lower buy, and especially considering 3 kills are found for Eternal Fire so quickly. So to even make it expensive in that sense, not bad. Decenty 8 and 7. He's having an alright game. Cannot complain about this guy thus far. But another one where for Imperial, they just cannot bring a lot to the table. So Eternal Fire are being sort of kept afloat here off the back of their opponents, just really not having the weaponry, and Woxic plucking away. Woxic finding more. Yes, they're just pistols, but got to give him the credit on the shots and a leg as well. Pull the pistol out. You know you want to take the fight, my king. Woxic will see it off. Not a bad round from him. 4 kills to his name. That's Eternal Fire taking a 2-round lead.
Okay, so we've been in for about 10 minutes and we're already nearly 10 rounds in. So very, very quick Counter-Strike at the moment. Timeout being taken to just slow everything down, which I think is completely fair enough. And this is a key turning point within a half as well. The 2 rounds at the moment, but if you lose this and no bomb plant as well, which has been somewhat of a rarity, you are a bit screwed, aren't you, really? It goes up to 6, probably 7, and then the threat of that 8 or 9 rounds for Eternal Fire is very, very serious. So now is the best time in the half, it feels like, actually, to close this gap.
Yeah, we are seeing slowly but surely kind of the real magic about this Eternal Fire side. Once they get going, really difficult to stop. I mean, this round, again, not one that we can take all too much away from, but it's good to see the individuals coming alive in general for Eternal Fire, because we just didn't see this at all in this series yesterday against Astralis. A difference in caliber of opponents, yes, but a difference in approach Eternal Fire bringing to this, absolutely. They're looking more confident. They actually want to match the chaos that the Imperial side are kind of bringing to some of these engagements. It's very in your face, very quick, you know, not burning a lot of time off the clock in the kind of the early to mid round, which is very common in the kind of the EU region. Imperial more than happy to take a couple of fights. Felps will be met with a Molotov in towards ramp. And Calyx tucks in towards Sandwich. Traditionally a bit of a one-and-done angle here, but he does have Arcadia in the crossfires. That could help as Felps makes a move here. Not going to clear him, so a freebie. Felps will get his 1. A second coming through for Calyx, but he gets traded out. 3v3.
All over the shop once again. A bomb site not completely fallen. Imperial apprehensive. You know, there's often a lot of bodies here for Eternal Fire. Super fast rotation, super confident in those types of moves, and it is fair enough. Imperial very rarely having any kind of a lurk or a flank rolling round. Quick 1-for-1 once again. Bomb spilled out in the open. However, it is Vinny coming in late to the party. Woxic to trade him out. And now just noway in the 1 versus 1, 25 seconds. A quick reposition here from Woxic. Continues fragging out. 10 at the moment, looking for his 11th. Noway happy to take the fight. Oh, and Woxic too slow off the mark. Down he goes and giving it a bit across the room.
Of course, one of the absolute best things about this iteration of Pro League is just how close the two teams are to each other. I think what they say was 1 1/3 sponge, right? So that's like, I don't even know how tall Sponge is, but I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna say he's. I'm gonna estimate a 6 foot, right? So working with not that far. I don't even know if Wikipedia shows that, but a height check might do a brother dirty.
I am in fact 6 feet tall. He tweeted about it one time in 2019.
There we go.
182.88 centimeters. So there is actually a very exact measurement for how tall Chad is. Oh my god.
So now with that, with that we can really work it out, right? So well, it was
wearing
pretty
shoes,
damn
though,
close.
so I think that would throw the results off a little bit. But yeah, they're quite close. They are quite close.
Yeah,
very
good.
Cool.
Especially for teams like both of these teams, like Imperial and Eternal Fire, they are quite vocal. They do like to get loud and kind of in your face. Henny, nice shot finding Wakadia. He was waiting for exactly that swing. He'll get it, but Woxic might get one of his own, but he misses it. Looked like he was trained on the angle, but I think he might have flicked off.
Yeah, pressure in these past couple of rounds. That's a big moment, and of course the 1v1 looked doable. Slow creep in here from Imperial. Pace change in this round massively. You could see tastes of it in the previous. Started fast, ended slow. This one has begun slow and is going to end fast. But Zantares, on his trusty MP9, doing the damage, created the space as well. Woxic comes round the corner from the market door to even things up. The force buy, we questioned it, but they are making it work for the time being. Is there a kit down? I'm not quite sure whether I clocked one, to be fair. I don't think so. Time, therefore, of the essence. Calyx has got a flank. In a round like this, it won't be expected. I can guarantee it. But Woxic, he's expected. All going to be down to the MP9 then. Checking all his angles, taking his time. Now he's seen as that clock starts to run down. They're just trying to hightail it away and not give him the fight. Henny starts the round and he will end it.
Nice stuff. Good work and really, really important for Imperial in this early stage of the game as well to kind of give them once again just that confidence on their map pick, on a map in which we felt kind of, at least statistically, was very winnable for them. Keeping this close on the T side is all important. We expect a little more out of Imperial coming on towards the CT side. So at the very least, keeping this as even as a game as possible. Just making something out of this. Oh, Calyx! Hello! What a shot! I think he's going to get deleted. Felps creeping. Wakadia swings maybe a little bit early as well. That'll cost him his life. As Felps will answer back. Still already a decent amount of mid-presence being shown here by Eternal Fire, despite the kind of lesser weaponry.
Oh! Calyx has got to join the circus. Lovely little flip out from him. Zantares and Woxic on the A side of things then. I think this B site will be revealed as clear shortly. Just a question of whether these two guys can take any guns away. Or if Woxic, I mean, yeah, not quite in position. It would have been mental anyway for him to cut that bomb off. But he's looking. He feels like there's someone around here on the lurk. He finds Felps at the business end of an AK at the same time. So just Zanny on the other side of things here.
Making new names, or am I on that level? Past that first name basis.
I don't even know what his first name is, to be fair. It's always been Zantares.
12 and 5 for him, though. It's true. It's true. 12 and 5. Not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. Leading the way in the fragging department for Eternal Fire. The thing is, Woxic and Calyx not too far behind either. He is not too shabby. Imperial are having a look around, but there isn't a scooped up weapon in Zantares' hands. He's still just got his dualies and the half armor. He might die here. He might die. He will. Felps going to catch him just at the tail end. And Imperial coming in towards the final round of the half. Have a lead to work with. It's really good to see as well. Asadi maybe took a little bit of time to wake up, but when they did, that's when we start to find their form. Felps, 4 kills to his name. No complaints at all. We now see ourselves in a really good spot. And that's 6-5 scoreline as well, right? This is a real prime opportunity for Imperial. Take a 7-5 on the T side. They could be cooking.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. A hell of a recovery, as we mentioned. That one important round right in the middle of the half. They absolutely needed to win to close the gap and keep things competitive. They do just that. Zentares, quick rush down middle, but no way out for a trade. And he's able to back away as well. Pretty clean stuff. Somehow managing to survive and keeps in for the fight. He will eventually fall as he gets overwhelmed. They get the results they were after on the Turkish side here. Henny, oh, he's got the pick of the crop. Oh my god, but they are spamming him down. He's so nearly finished off after just a couple of shots. The bomb, gets recovered. Meanwhile, Madger also going to go down. Oh my goodness, a scrappy affair once again. Henny's in CT, for God's sake. What is going on? Wicadia might be able to cut the bomb off here. This is just getting out of hand.
Well, at least he's calm in all of this, right? He knows that that's that bomb being transferred over towards the B side, and he will go down. Planted for market as well. As we know, one was coming through CT. That should give the information, at least to a degree, to turn off fire, but Henny going to reveal his position, finding one. Now, Woxic looking for the fight in the 1 versus 2. This will be a tough clutch to find. He has no information now about where either are. Because enough time is gone, but the orb will see it off. Henny clotheslines Woxic for a 7-5 finish for Imperial. On their map pick, that's what they want, but can they continue it after the break?
Hey Future Pros, let's look at a helpful connector smoke you can throw on Mirage. To throw the smoke, get on top of the bin where you belong. Aim just to the right along this line of the rug, then W jump throw the smoke. Pretty simple and easy, and because it lands on the steps, it will completely cover off the connector vision to mid, making it great for a short rush.
Welcome back in, folks. Second half getting underway here. Hell of a recovery there from Imperial. I think it is safe to say really, really well played from them, proving their worth on this map, you know, why it is potentially their favorite and arguably their best. It depends on how you want to read into the stats and numbers and all that sort of stuff, but definitely a map that they are well versed on, and it proves there at the end of that first half.
They look really good, right? I mean, this is the thing. We are seeing them kind of flex their muscles a little bit, especially at the tail end. Or finding a double to close it. I think for a 10 of fire, this is going to require a pretty miraculous, not miraculous recovery, but it's going to require a lot of consistency on the T side, which does elude a lot of teams, especially at that top level. 10 of fire pistol here feels like a real necessity. If they don't find it, things could be a little problematic. Snipe being lined up by Calyx. Towards market, that one will go. Vinny sitting up close to the Julies. Has a short player in support as Vinny trying to cause problems. He dances around site itself, dropping down, catching them, and he's looking for more as well. Somehow, this guy hasn't been traded. Finally, will go down, and they're lining up for nowhere, but he can't finish his dinner.
Yeah, looking nasty here. Oh, it's a two-piece out from Woxic. However, he finds himself suddenly alone as Felps has found himself a two-piece. Knows the location of one here, but he's not sure of the other, and the big thing is the fact that the bomb is in apartments. Not really ideal. Plenty of time. Gonna swap up onto that USP and try and find some heads here. Not looking too likely. Oh, they keep giving him the fights, though. I think they've got to be careful. Give this guy some respect. There's no need to get giddy here. Although they might not recognize that the bomb is fully dropped. You know, he has to go on a mission. He has to go on a journey to retrieve that bomb.
Oh, tapping. Looking for that 4K. Back spotted. Couple of taps again, but now time's starting to tick. Like you said, a real mission to go and recollect the bomb. And Imperial, I was going to say, not giving him any luxuries, but they do. Thrust into 1v1 versus Henny, tapping away. So much damage, but Woxic going to close it. Oh my god. Imperial over face, over fight. And Woxic going to punish. That is poorly played at the tail end. They just have to buy time. He was never going to get a plan.
Yeah, I think maybe they couldn't fully confirm the location of the bomb, but like still, after a certain point, so many chances, so many missed opportunities to take him down. I think you just have to hide, you know? You set up quite nicely. Either A, he's going to go for the bomb, and then you can play 2v1, you know, force him into a plan that's a bit awkward. He has to fight immediately. But he was allowed to control those fights. Maybe it's not all over just yet, of course. No way. Lands a crazy shot to begin the round, and they're going to look to press the attack hit.
Yeah, Zantara's nullified kind of immediately before really even doing anything. There is the potential of some weapons to work with, but Woxic and Calyx are going to try to utilize these AKs, and it looks like they want to go towards B, which at the moment would be the absolute right decision. Stacking through mid, Major shadow spotted. Major got Utah in his hand as he panics to drop a Molotov. Major will get one, and Major will get a second. Spacing from Felps down the trade was poor, and Major gets away with two.
Damn. Yeah, it might have slipped through their fingers ever so slightly. Wicadia, with some support here, is going to make his way out on towards B. There's nobody really around. Vinny on the Deagle, but what do you really expect out from him here? Yeah, not landing those super fast shots. And as they gain more and more control, as the bomb goes down, Imperial, I think the wise move is to save what you have here, give it another go into the next round. Vinny was hunting for the gun, but it's gone.
I think you're right. There's no point. Don't have a face, don't have a fight. It's not really worth the hassle. You can kind of make these guns work in the next, as long as you keep them alive. Close. He's being hunted now. And might start to feel a bit of pressure as well from the stairs player. Wicadia gonna push up with the Mach 10. He's gonna give the luxury of crossing. He will get the kill. And another one as well. So even more. Just that kill bonus in the back pockets you are not going to complain about. Not bad at all. Much better. And this is now where we get to see Eternal Fire themselves kind of flex their muscles just a little bit, right? Show what this side is all about. Show their prowess. and show what they can bring to the table. This is exactly what it's about. That kind of force buy put to bed, which means it has to be an eco here. Eternal Fire can guarantee a lead without probably too much resistance on the other side.
Slow build up here. Oh, well. Who's up there then? What's that smoke for?
It's one of mine. They've been learning.
Yeah, they've been watching
the demos. I gotta respect
out
them.
here. Niche spin-off of one of the spin-off channels of Nah. how not
out here. Just me throwing wrong
exactly.
util. Just me coming up, just like spreading just misinformation, basically. Yeah, this is the CT smoke, just launching it. Okay, yeah. More money in the pocket. Speak to 50 will get the trade at the very least. But a couple of kills. You gotta take that. You're gonna take it all day.
Probably not going to save again here, I don't think. They will look to take some guns off, make some money on the Mac 10. That could be very beneficial, actually. So, might be more fun to finish this round. At the same time, Eternal Fire looking pretty good here on the T side. Imperial going to have to make an appearance, to be honest. You know, they were in a winning position in that pistol. Hopefully it doesn't affect them too negatively. We still have a lot of timeouts remaining for both of these teams, so it might be an idea for Imperial to take one soon, especially if this round goes south. But I would be a fan of the preemptive call, to be honest, and really send it in this rifle.
Yeah. I think I gotta agree with you, man. I think it probably actually would be sort of the way to go about it, just to give them maybe a little bit of breathing room as well, especially when you start to sort of, you know, lose a little bit of the control. It can really put you on edge, and I think that's kind of where we're getting right now. Giving themselves a hell of a lot of time to work with, and that is making this a bit awkward. 7-8. On fire with a lead, but a buy back in for Imperial, and a sort of a lot of pressure on this one, right? Goes without saying, lose this, and Eternal Fire could start to spiral in such a positive way. And if they're able to take away Imperial's map pick, this could throw the series in a little bit of jeopardy. But it still is ever close. Only one round the difference. That's reaching distance for Imperial to kind of reignite their fire in them.
Felps, creepy move. Oh, gets punished. Absolutely deleted, in fact. It's almost as though they were kind of expecting that. Eternal Fire then starting off strong. B-bomb site will need a bolster here. Vinny tries for two, denied away. Noway is here a lot earlier than I think they were expecting, but he is also deleted. And Eternal Fire, as they were in the early stages of the CT side, showing us again why they are such a scary team, man. You know, the pack is incredibly dangerous. You've got Wacadia, you've got Calyx playing really well recently, and of course you've got Zentaras in there. So when they're all together, when they're spaced well, which they seem to be quite often, everyone on board with the idea, everyone knows where to sit and how to play around their fellow comrade, they can be incredibly hard to break apart.
No, you're spot on. You are absolutely spot on. I mean, Eternal Fire, when they get going, they're so difficult. Really good round out of Oxic as well. Those 2 kills are just so important. Man alive, what are we starting to see here as well? You know, Imperial, it feels like getting, if it's slightly just a little nervy because of it, opportunity slipping away from them. We are going to see another tack pause used. And, you know, no real surprises. I think a real conversation is needed. They do need to be careful. This is already getting to a slightly alarming spot. And obviously a really good opportunity for Zach to get on the mic. I mean, for him, you know, as a guy with a hell of a lot of experience, a guy who's been around for a long, long time, especially within kind of the coaching discipline too. Got the side, the 9Z team to, you know, a very decent run through kind of that major cycle through the RMRs and all the rest. I mean, this is a guy who Imperial put a lot of faith in. And of course, he's been working wonders recently. This kill here, that's the most important. That ladder player was that make or break on that B-pop. They could stop them going up short. Could have been that under wraps in a matter of moments, and they were very close to lining up to. But it doesn't make a difference now. 9-7, a 2-round buffer. But a buy back in for Imperial is going to be the call. Double MP9 brought to the table. They got the show for us. A shot for Henny. Nice flick from him, but a response in kind is good. And a response back from Decenty as well to keep the numbers in Imperial's favor.
This is getting crackers once again. Good find from decenty above the smoke. Down to just 2 here. The bomb nowhere near the bomb site and not going to make it in there, so they have to pull away. Big round from Imperial. Timeout paying off, it would seem. And they might even get that beautiful finish here if they can keep all 4 alive. The bomb has hightailed it out of here, so there might be a plant for Madjet. I think there definitely will be. Nobody's moving off of A at this point. He starts to walk, though. It's kind of fair. You would maybe expect someone to be over on B, but there's nobody here. There's nobody home.
Yeah, 1v4, he'll be looking, you know, expecting somebody. And, you know, most definitely somewhere backside. If they're not close apartments, surely, right? Surely somebody here, but yeah, no. He's checking everywhere. Nothing's offering up for him. It is a case in point and a question of when does he realize? Checks shore, checks jail. Nobody there. Looking backside. He's made noise and nobody showed any presence. He must be incredibly confused, thinking, where are they? Bomb is going to go down. Planted for sure. And again, given that luxury here. So getting a bomb plant out of this situation isn't bad for Eternal Fire. Not that they specifically need the money. But it's going to give him a chance. Opportunity, but the con player spots and drops, and felps makes it look easy. It's already the 1 casualty for Imperial. Not the worst thing in the world for them, as they're going to make this once again another 1-round game.
Very close here. Very tight game. I think exactly what we were expecting from these 2 teams, to be fair. You know, saying that Eternal Fire's Mirage is maybe not supposed to be this good. Imperial, we figured would have the upper hand here at the moment. A little tighter, a little closer. But they are showing sparks, you know. Give them a moment, give them a timeout and whatnot. They do seem to be able to turn the game around. That's exactly what they did last time as well in that first half. It's just a question of Eternal Fire's ability and individuals that, at the moment, as we mentioned, looking very good. Everybody is performing as expected. Centaurus looking for an entry of old. Will manage to get one. The flames covering the next, but it doesn't matter. His instincts are too good. A 2-piece for Centaurus off the back of the spawn.
Not bad. And it's the 2 new boys as well who get caught. Decenty and noway. Them dropping is going to change things just a tad. Doubling back. They're going to go towards A here. With the numbers of 10 or 5, they can just play that pack mentality. They don't need to overthink this process. The shift walk over towards Ram. Felps is trying to hold whether anybody goes through mid, but again, he's not going to be given any sort of luxury here. This is a really good position. There's 1 in towards Delpan and 1 playing up close. Shy of a minute though. And they're going to pop towards A. It's actually only 1 towards the site itself. The second Henny feels a bit of pressure, he might just save.
Or he might just become the hero. We'll see. Oh, no. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe a third option, which is to die embarrassing. Either way, double digits for Eternal Fire going to be found here, getting dangerous for Imperial now. Really do have to be careful. The CT side yet to really show us anything. The 1 rifle round off the back of the timeout. And now what? You know, money is going to be away from them a little. I think they should be able to buy, to be fair. But still, it's not nice. And yeah, problematic here. They have very little in terms of the options. Very little that seems to be working. Eternal Fire in position to close this one out, I feel.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, you know, kind of in towards the second half as well, we really just haven't seen anything that's going to give us a hell of a lot of confidence for the Imperial side of it. Yeah, Eternal Fire are playing, you know, fundamentally quite simple Counter-Strike, and it's just working. Everything is offering up to them. So far, so good. We are looking to see maybe whether we can get a little bit more at the tail end. Just something to give us a bit of a chance, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. There's not been a lot. At a 10-8 scoreline, you got Eternal Fire with a 2-round buffer zone. Like you said, Imperial can buy back in, but it does really feel like lose this, and it might be the map itself, right? That's Eternal Fire pushing nearly all the way up to map point, your opponent's map pick. It's not a bad spot to find yourself in.
Oh, aggressive move. Not successful this time around. They'll lose 2 in the early stage, but Maja very, very quickly falling there on the trade attempt. Boost up in towards the B bomb site. Feels like it should just secure the round, at least if they go B, which looks to be the option. I don't think they'll expect this boost up at all, so should be good from here. But again, Eternal Fire, explosiveness in the veins. We'll see what they're able to find. A cheeky little angle here from Vinny, right? All these little things from Imperial, the very, very, very unorthodox spots. Oh, might just be enough. Wakadia does try and take the fight there. Gonna lose it out. 2 remaining. Not looking too good. Will they check the boost? Surely not. 8 goes down. Felps not going to be heard or seen here. In comes Woxic. Down he goes. And at the very least, the bomb's not been spilled, but it's 4 in total for Calyx. He's not going to be able to find another after that first. And within 1 now for Imperial.
Yeah, and that was the round we were saying, right? That's the most important thing. They were in a position where lose that round and they could be under a hell of a lot of pressure. And thank God they aren't, man. This is where now Imperial have extended the lifeline once again. You can see Magic getting on towards the mic, trying to do what he can to reevaluate what kind of went wrong there. I think for Eternal Fire, they're not in a worrisome spot just yet. They have shown what we like to see out of the side, which is Eternal Fire taking control, dictating the tempo, taking a lot of these fights, which give them a lot of space early, especially through the likes of mid. But I mean, fundamentally, there still is a bit of pressure on. I think they know, though, Eternal Fire take this map, and it is going to give them such a big bolster in this series. And they're so close as well, only 3 rounds away. You've got Imperial breathing down your neck, and you've not got a hell of a lot of money in the back pockets across the board. It's only Maja of really anything long-term to work with. In a similar vein that it was Imperial kind of make or break in that last round, it same has to be said here, though, for Eternal Fire. Boost! Henny ready, waiting, aware, and finding as Woxic gets caught, and a double stack in towards under. Xantares, if you peek your head, surely a dead man. But he's going to hold and wait, just in case they give him the fight, just in case they overextend. But so far, Felps and Noway aren't giving him anything.
So it ends in stalemate. They will move away on that Eternal Fire side of things. But the underpass control in and of itself, so deep, obviously allows for very quick movement here in towards the B site. Eternal Fire liking B again. Imperial seem to be savvy to that. We've got 2 in the underpass, 2 towards the site itself. They're incredibly ready for this. And now the flank starts to come in. Perfect timing here. Maja sat at the back. Down he's going to go. Easy find, a little bit more for Noway. Oh my goodness, the long range nearly nets them all. It is, of course, the AWP to get it done. He's absolutely loving it. A big round for Imperial.
Oh man, man alive. So Imperial are alive, keeping the fight here. And another pause to come through as pressure building. Smiles around for the likes of Vinny, but anything but for Eternal Fire. They were in a spot where they could have potentially closed this out, in a spot where they were more or less 1 gun round away from getting to map point, and now it's them left without the ability to pick up guns. Got nothing to work with on their side, and some stone cold faces. They're feeling the pressure. This is good, Imperial. It took a while for them to find this consistency on the CT side. It took a while for them to find their form, but since they have, it's hard to be looking good. Arguably some worrying times. All started here as well. Henny, lovely shot from him. It has to be said. But it's that spray down. That did the majority of the damage. That's what really gave them the form. Eternal Rawtide Square. These 2 sides inseparable on Mirage. Is that story going to continue? Unfortunately, this round isn't going to make too much of a difference, you'd probably assume. Eternal Fire, just the pistols for that.
Quick burst here, out on towards that B-bomb site. Could be the move. We'll see. decenty at the back of the site. Good for the first. However, I don't know that they respect how quickly in they are, but decenty keeping his cool here. On for the ace, in fact. USP out for it. I think it might just get nicked away, but all the same. Oh, he does actually find it in the end. There you go. Done the damage, done the work, feeling good. And Imperial might just get this at the death.
Yeah, getting loud as well once again, right? He just wants to make sure Eternal Fire know about him, and he knows in vice versa. This is really good. Really, really good to see. Individual stepping up. Yes, it's pistols, but confident taking the fights. 5 kills to his name. You are not complaining. You decenty 11 to 10. My oh my, what a game we are getting here. Eternal Fire, a buyout, but a similar scenario and situation we spoke of many a time. Lose this round if you Eternal Fire. Do not get a bomb plant at the very least. And Imperial could take a 12 and more or less guarantee the 13th off the back of firepower. And Finny going to kickstart things well. Adding one more is noway as the Orb trying to pluck off another. As they dive out of apartments, Vinny trying to duck hunt them. He's not given the luxury and actually starts to be wrapped upon backbench as a player there. But Calyx gets his head ripped off. Every single fight going the way of Imperial. And noway making sure Eternal Fire here about it. That could be wraps. That could be game, set, and match.
It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? It certainly feels like it. The way these rounds have been going down, the deserved winner at the moment looks to be Imperial. So solid from them. And this is what those Brazilian teams are capable of, man. They can bring it out of nowhere, and the momentum just shifts all of a sudden. The confident plays are back, and they've got the read. Eternal Fire out of ideas at the very tail end of the game. This is them showing their lack of comfortability on this map, unfortunately. When it has been asked of them, they are as yet to bring anything fresh, bring anything different. Timeout. Right at the tail end here. 2 in a row going to be required. You know, is it going to have that difference here? Not entirely sure. Oof. It is rough too. The buy is really not good. Really not nice at all, to be honest. So, does not look too great. But we'll see. Oh, okay, maybe we won't. No way. With the creep out play via short. Takes down Zuntaris, who, by the way, was the only AK. So they were really relying on him to be able to mount that flank. Wicadia next to fall. They are just tumbling here. Deagle's out, but it's not going to be enough, is it? That will be that. Imperial with, I mean, one of the quickest and most aggressive turnarounds we've seen all tournament long. Incredible take at the end there from them. Eternal Fire. Just nothing they could do. They had no answer, ultimately. Mirage goes the way of Imperial as expected. We've got that second map coming up.